That cop by Denny, right behind us. That cop. Did you see that?
Yes. Oh my God! I just about died.
What the fuck? He's not back there. There's cops.
Do you feel like grunge is an empty word? I mean, there is nothing to it?
Yes, yeah, it's an empty word, nothing to it. Nothing to it, nothing to grunge. Nothing to grunge.
One might say that Tad was the pioneer of this, inventor of this.
In some ways, they're the quintessential grunge band.
When she woke up, she heard a chainsaw running through the woods in the field.
They were the combination of musical ingenuity, musical fluidity, a sense of humor, a sense of style. But I mean, they really were as charismatic a band as any that were ever on Sub Pop.
Like Tad, the band, they kind of took on this character. Like there's Tad, the person, and then there's T-A-D, capital letters, Tad.
Hello, people. My name is Gary, and I play washboard.
My name is Kurt. I play bass. Tad, I play with myself.
All the musicians were really skilled, had a quite sophisticated approach to their instruments.
At one point, they were the favored horse coming out of Seattle.
Without Tad, to me, there'd be like a black hole or a gap. It's like, well, where was like that really intense, the rawest of the raw?
They were the heaviest and the meanest and the darkest sounding band of the scene, and I think that influenced a lot of people.
I think of a Tad band, I think of smoking pot.
Smoke pot!
It's like, fuck if their dressing room wasn't a smoky haze. I think of bombs.
It was a real miracle band, a garage band that never grew up.
It wasn't just because they were weird looking, it was also because they were a good band.
That's a cut there. Let's take it back to the beginning. Action.
It was late 88, early 89, and there was this regional sound in the air, and we felt like we were part of the select group of people that were allowed to document it.
There wasn't a lot of, national acts coming through, or like a lot of good indie acts coming through as much as later years. So it was kind of like an isolated area where these people were coming up with music, and they're mostly influencing each other.
Not being too self-conscious about what they were doing. That was the best thing about it, was bands wanted to they had a very clear artistic vision, and that's what they wanted to pursue. It wasn't like trying to think of what would get them signed or what would get them attention or what the fans would like. It was more about what, people were very much doing the music that they wanted to be doing, making the records that they wanted to make. Commercial considerations hadn't really come into the picture yet.
There wasn't any inkling of any kind of idea like, I'm going to get rich and famous from doing this. There was no concept of it being a career. It was just like, here and now in the moment, this is what we're doing. I don't care if it's going to fall apart tomorrow. I don't remember yesterday. This is what we're doing now. Yeah, it was great.
I just remember it being vibrant, exciting, and incredibly supportive and collaborative. All these bands were checking out everyone else's shows and their tapes.
It didn't seem like there were any kind of like petty rivalries or animosities. People would come together, and it was a positive, supportive situation, scene. That made things a lot of fun.
All of a sudden you'd go to a TAD show and there would be hundreds of people there and hardly anyone that I knew. Fuck, man. The sense of family, or at least like familiarity, was gone.
The whole grunge scene was really just an extension of rock and roll hype that has been going on since, the Colonel and Elvis Presley, and even before that.
Into one word, grunge, it's like all new wave bands sound alike, or all rock bands sound alike.
And then one day the devil came and said, we'll pay you guys more money to play Satan rock. So we began to play satanic rock music, and it's something we do, but it's not like we don't take it home with us. We just leave it at the office.
Yes, you wanted the best, and you got it! The hottest band in the land!
There's just one word that kind of summed it all up, and that's heavy.
We're here to destroy your hearing.
Yeah, TAD was the biggest thing I ever heard in my life, because, I'm from Fayetteville, Arkansas originally. Black Sabbath, Leonard Skinner, and Black Sabbath. There was nothing, remotely heavy. It was just always, like garage band here, garage band, punk rock band here, punk rock band, hardcore band. None of it was even close to the first time that I actually got to see those guys play Behemoth. That was like I was like, well, clearly this is what you want to be hearing. And I was convinced that TAD was the best band out of all the bands I was getting to see at the off-ramp.
TAD was just pretty much balls to the wall kind of angst.
I remember seeing TAD at a show at one of the clubs in Pioneer Square, and the sound was literally so heavy that I felt like I was having a heart attack or something, because it made your chest cavity actually beat.
TAD is so loud and just so heavy. We would play so loud that I would almost pass out. You see a guy that big moving around that much, and there's skinny ass little 18-year-olds that cannot rock that hard. Not only that, but you put in between it the onstage banter. I mean, the guy is quick. So it's like almost seeing you get badass rock and stand-up comedy all in one.
I'm extremely fat and overweight, and you're not.
Fine, I'm pissed off. God damn it. Hey, I'm told you're supposed to take care of my microphone needs tonight. They're all fucked up.
But I mean it, really, I do. You guys don't know me. I really mean fuck you, all of you. Fuck you.
You had Kurt Danielson, who would headbang through the entire set. To see somebody who would do that with